In all of our examples so far, we've assumed that demand is downward sloping. In other words, when prices increase, consumption drops. But hypothetically, we could have demand for products where the opposite is true, an increase in prices leading to an increase in consumption. And economists have debated this theoretically and empirically, looking for these types of goods, which we would call Giffen goods, goods for which consumption would increase as prices increase. Now, the theory behind this idea is that a Giffen good must be an inferior product, and we must be talking about very low income households. So, for example, most hypothetical Giffen goods would be staple grains. Imagine a situation where you are a subsistence farmer, you have a very, very low income, you consume only meat and rice, right? Or wheat or potatoes, right? Some staple grain. You prefer to have a little bit of meat consumption, but meat is more expensive than grain. You have a very small budget to spend on these consumption goods. Now imagine that the price of grain goes up, so much so that you're no longer able to afford to buy meat. Instead, substitute to grain, spending all of your budget on the staple grain. This is a hypothetical example of what a Giffen good would look like. Again, a Giffen good is a good for which increases in price would lead to increases in consumption. And in order for that to happen, we have to have this very specific situation. And this is still very hypothetical. In fact, economists debate empirically whether or not we have evidence that Giffen goods exist. But I think if they do, it would be in this specific circumstance.